We're going to open up with a brief statement, Coach, and we'll take some questions after that.
Thanks for being here. I know late games are tough, but appreciate our fans that were able to make it out. Hard fought game, give SMU some credit, some kids that typically don't shoot the ball that well, hit some big shots for them. Proud of our players. I felt like we bent, but we didn't break, and found a way to close it up down the stretch. I'd say that Abby Schreck had some big shots for us in that fourth quarter, which was huge. I think the biggest stat of the game for me was in the second half, we only allowed 3 offensive rebounds, which is huge. We talk a lot about rebounding and the importance of it, and didn't feel like we did as good of a job as what we needed to in that first half, and really challenged them at halftime, and I thought they responded really well. I thought there was a sense of urgency to make sure they're getting a body, and they did a tremendous job with that. They're a good rebounding team, leading the ACC right now in offensive boards, so that was definitely a key going into the game. Slaughter, I thought, obviously had a big night for us, double-double. It's good to see her have so many rebounds. That's another area that we continue to challenge her on, just being more physical, more aggressive. She's got good athleticism, and feel like that's an area that she can elevate her game, which will help elevate our team. And so good to see those numbers from her. But we found a way. It wasn't pretty at times, but we found a way. And like I said, we bent, but we didn't break, and a good win for our program.
Questions?
Coach, at the beginning of the game, it was a little bit of a slow start. What did you see at the start of the game?
Yeah, I felt like it was a little slow as well. I don't know. It would be a good question for these guys. I felt like, I think it's been a tough week. We've practiced hard. We have not taken our foot off the gas. And so, I don't know if there's a little extra fatigue with that. I think sometimes the week before finals week can be more challenging than your actual finals week. And so maybe that played a part of it. Maybe it was the 8 o'clock game. We're used to playing at earlier games. Maybe that was it. I don't really know. And, the game doesn't care, and we're not trying to make excuses. We understand the importance. We've had stronger starts. Tonight wasn't one of them. But we'll just have to learn from it and keep it moving and try to correct that going into Saturday's game.
Coach, defensively in the last couple minutes, you were able to shut down their offense, especially compared to early in that fourth quarter. Were there any particular adjustments, or was it more just an effort thing?
Yeah, I just felt like they had some players that just watching film and looking at stats just typically don't hit some of the shots they shoot. I thought we did a really nice job on Robertson. I think there was a number of players that were on her. Nyah was on her a lot. Avery, Nyah had some big possessions for us, I thought, in that fourth quarter defensively. We didn't allow the second shot opportunities, which was huge. We changed up our coverage on ball screen, a couple of possessions that was a little bit more aggressive to try and take away that mid-range, and then, that last, with 30 seconds left, after a timeout, tried to switch up our defense. Just felt like they were probably designing a man play, and so just trying to keep them on their heels a little bit. But, one of the things that we talk a lot about is our defense, and we want to be able to hang our hat on that. And I thought when we needed to get stops, the girls stepped up and did a great job.
Coach, kind of looking broadly at tonight, how would you assess your guard play?
Our guard play?
Yeah.
I thought solid. I don't think it was, it wasn't as clean as I would have liked. And I still think we're, new players getting used to playing with each other. I thought Nyah had some great looks to our post players who ran the court really hard, and just figuring out that timing and maybe giving them that one extra step that we talked about. And so, maybe they don't have to put it on the floor. And so we're just, the right read for sure. I mean, great court awareness. She had a great skip pass to Schreck in the corner in transition, hit a 3. You see stretches of things going really well for us, and then you see some possessions that, aren't quite as clean as what you'd like. But I love the fact that we played with only 12 turnovers. I think that's huge. That's a big improvement for us. I thought, again, defensively, some really solid things. We took away what we had talked about taking away. They just had some players that typically don't shoot the 3 ball, knock down some shots, and so we were going to make improve a couple of them before we adjusted, and then we did in the fourth quarter. And I thought again we found a way to close it out.
For both Nyah and Grace, both of you play over 35 minutes in a tough competitive battle. How were you able to just like keep pushing, and what was it like to play in a game like this, especially playing so many games early this year?
I just feel like it's a mental thing, and just knowing that like we have to depend on each other. My second win just really kicked in, and just really just going out there and playing hard, not just for myself, but like for one another. I mean, our motto is "We over me," so just knowing the we part, it just makes you want to go hard for not just yourself, but like for others too.
Yeah, I agree with that, and then just a big salute to our coaches. Like, I mean, over the summer and during practices, they push us, and I think they really help prepare us just for games like this. I mean, this is what we practice for, and this is, one reason I think we all just love the game is to just get the opportunity to go play games like this and try to get a win out of it, but then also learn from it and grow from it for other games just like this.
Grace, you had a pass to Nyah in the first quarter to take the lead. What did you see on that play?
The kick out three.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, that was just seeing the open man. We really pride ourselves in if we drive and we draw some players to just kick out and find the open person, and Nyah hit it, which is, another reason of trust, and we over me, and yeah.
Grace as well, you finished the game with 10 rebounds. In addition to that, you had another nice assist later in the game. What's it been like to expand your role within this team, including rebounding, assists, putting the ball on the floor, things like that?
Yeah, I think that's just been a goal that I've really talked with my coaches about, and being a sophomore now, I think just trying to take a bigger role on the team in different areas, and understanding that to be a well-rounded player, you got to do some other things, and it's been exciting to just try to grow in those areas and keep trying to push myself to be a better player in other areas.
Nyah, Grace talked about finding you on that three. What did you see on that play?
So Grace is like a great player, so I just knew like I really didn't even expect her to pass it out because I wanted her to shoot it, but just being ready just for those open shots. I mean, like we're a very competitive team. We're always in the gym, so just knowing that I'm like always in the gym, and as Grace as well, just being able to knock down that shot, it was just like a great read on her part. So yeah.
Coach, in the last defensive stretch, Nyah Randall had a big steal, forced a big turnover. What does a player like her really bring, especially in these sorts of close, critical games where you need to stop?
Yeah, she's an elite defender. She's a very talented young lady that absolutely is a big part of our team, and has elevated us so far this season. She's a fierce competitor. She doesn't like to lose. She likes to compete. And that's the, Nyah might have a turnover, and then she's going to come back and she's going to find a way to get an extra possession for us, which is great. She doesn't hang her head. She doesn't, pout. She just wants next possession and let me go get it back. She loves the game. She's been a big part of what we do. I think her ability to defend multiple positions has been huge for us as well this year.
Coach, another player, Ashton Judd, had a pretty big third quarter, finishes the game with only one turnover. Feels like she's really stepped up her game in these last couple. Have you noticed that as well, and what do you really attribute that to?
Well, I'm proud of her. I think, for Judd's playing with pace is so important. She's so explosive. She likes to play downhill. A lot of times she's catching and trying to attack immediately, and we just keep trying to get her to play with a little bit more pace, sit on her shot fakes. People will respect her from that three-point line, and then you can attack a little bit more under control. Turnovers have been an issue. It's hard for her. She doesn't like me either. I mean, she's in the gym all the time. She's not trying to turn the ball over, but just trying to understand how she can improve in that area, and that's playing with a lot more pace. I thought tonight was a big night for her tonight to do that, and she's been trending in that direction, which is great to see.
For Grace and I, kind of jumping off of that, it seemed like there were periods tonight where there were, Ashton in the third quarter, Abby in the fourth quarter, where they were going on good individual runs. Is that something you guys feed into live in the moment? Is that something that you're recognizing happening as it's developing and feed into at those moments?
For sure. I mean, I would just think, basketball is a sport, you just kind of read and react, and we see people in different moments getting hot, and I think you just keep going to that person until something changes on the other end. And so we saw Judd get hot, we saw Shrek get hot, and I think, when you see that, you just keep going to them.
We'll
Yeah.
take one or two more if you guys have.
I was just gonna say, just piggybacking off of what Grace said, just being ready and just noticing that, like, yeah, we have those hot shooters, so just being ready, like, to tag and get those orbs, and just know, like, just keep hitting them, like, just playing very unselfish, and just noticing that, like, it's, like I said, like, we over me team, and just keep them hot, and just knowing that they can knock down those shots.
Coach, you played Hannah a lot tonight, finished with 7 rebounds, 24 minutes. What have you seen from her continuously in this second year as she continues to improve?
Well, in practice, we've been putting a ring around the rim and just really trying to focus on rebounding and the physicality of rebounding. You know, she plays with high energy. She's got a high motor, really unselfish. Everybody needs a Hannah in their life. I always say that. I mean, she's just so consistent with the energy that she brings, and it's really not about her. It's like, how can I help our team? But I have seen her get a little bit more physical, more aggressive. She's still young. She's learning. She's growing. You know, she's got this habit right now of tipping rebounds instead of going to get it with 2 hands, and I thought she made the adjustment in the second half and came down with some big, strong, big girl rebounds for us in that second half, which was important. But I think she's a young lady that as she builds her confidence and continues to get more minutes, she's just going to continue to grow for us.
Take one more.
For Grace and Nyah, now 11 games into this season, what's kind of the vibe and what you've noticed from this team now that you've gotten to see it all on the court for a little bit?
That's a good question. I mean, I just think every single person has really bought into this program and our goals, and you know, you see everyone working hard, and I feel like that's just, you know, kind of been the theme. I think Nyah mentioned that earlier, you know, we over me. We're just really starting to play together, and even though we have some new faces this year, I think, you know, the more games we get to play together, the more connected and easier and, you know, more fun it really is to play with each other and go to battle with each other each night.
All right, thank you guys. See you Saturday.
Thanks.